Hey guys, it's RebelQueen. Okay, I'm doing a first impression slash review on an anime game. The reason I say first impression slash review is because the game is based on an anime, and with the storyline in the game, it basically follows a later saga. And come on, LK, sorry about that. It pretty much follows like this later portion in the anime. And the anime is complete, so I basically kind of like know how it's gonna end. Basically, it's just pretty much this having the chance to kind of like play through it and stuff, and kind of like expand in the world and stuff. And so here we go. Here's the game. Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail is the series is written and done by Hiro Mashima Sensei. You may or may not know him by his previous work, Rave Master, which Canis Minor, or Plu, played a big part in that series. Pretty much like he was one of the main characters from that series, and then got brought into Fairy Tail. Okay. Are you wanting to be a big camera star too? And funny story, they actually did do I don't know if it was just like a single chapter or an actual short little manga of a crossover between Fairy Tail and Rave Master. So if you're interested in seeing that, you might want to look that up. I don't know if they actually ever did like an anime version of that. It would be really neat if they did. But that's why I'm saying it's a first impression slash review, because I kind of like know how this is gonna go. And to be honest, Hiro Mashima did have he was on the production staff for this game, and as you're playing it, it is really obvious he was pretty much part of the process of making this. Because if you just aren't pretty much, oh, I'm going to go straight through the story, pretty much. If you're just like, pretty much like, oh, I'm gonna take this quest before I advance the story. You're pretty much going through the town, the Magnolia, and the various little places and stuff that you know are part of the world, and you're seeing so much depth of detail and stuff that you only, if you paid attention to them, if you read the manga and saw the anime, that you only saw like bits and pieces of from the manga and anime. But there's so much more depth of detail to them now that, yeah, it's obvious that Mashima Sensei definitely had a hand in the game. And like I said, that's pretty much, and like I said, if you're not just like playing like straight through the story mode, you get a chance to actually go on different quests with all your favorite characters. Like you get to go on these different quests with Natsu, Lucy, etc., etc. Some of the quests do have like, oh, you have to have such and such character with you, which, depending on where you're at in the game, those characters may or may not be unlocked as your friend yet, so you can't have them. You can't have them in your party yet. So, yeah, you may have to advance the storyline, because it's like where I'm at in the game, I had gotten because to be honest, the game kind of starts off. The storyline for the game starts off, if you're familiar with the series, after the 7-year gap from when Tenro Island sank, which, if you're familiar with the series, that's a sacred land for the fairies, because that's where the first master of Fairy Tail's grave is. And then it pretty much picks up where the island first, where the island reappears. So pretty much all our main characters who are taking that S-class exam are pretty much getting used to this whole 7-year gap. And pretty much Fairy Tail is pretty much boom, gone, pretty much taken a nosedive in the rankings of guilds. So everybody's getting used to that and trying to raise the guild's ranking, which is another thing in the game system. Like, as you're taking these mission requests, you're actually raising the guild's rankings. And the battle format actually is, if you're used to like tactics games or anything, like pretty much like, then you'll have no issue with the battle formats, because basically, like, you choose, like, for one of Natsu's attacks, it's like, it'll just be like that straight, it'll be just like a little T formation for the attack, and you can hit the monsters, or it'll be the plus sign. It's just like basic stuff. So you'll pretty much get used to it like lickety-split. And it's the same thing, like, you'll have some monsters who are weak against, like, Natsu's fire, Gray's ice, etc., etc. And another fun little mechanic is basically also, like, as you're going on these, the different request missions with everybody, you'll increase your bonds with your guildmates, which increase, kind of like in some other games, also have unlock special things. Like, I won't ruin the surprise, but it's like, needless to say, you'll want that increase, because it'll help out in certain situations. I'm not quite sure, like, how far into the Fairy Tail story the game will go, because where I'm at currently, it's kind of like right in the middle of, like, the whole Grand Magic Game debacle. Like they just had, like, the princess just opened the Eclipse Gate, so, like, all the dragons are coming out. So it's like, so that's where I'm at. And I only feel good giving you that kind of little tidbit of knowledge, because with as popular as Fairy Tail is, it wouldn't really take you too long to kind of figure out kind of like a lot of the stuff. That, and also kind of like, you're gonna have to kind of like go, are they gonna base this more like on the manga or the anime? So it's like, honestly, that's kind of where I'm kind of going to. Are they going to go more the anime route and have, like, come some of these extra side stories? Or are they going to go straight the manga route? Which, honestly, I kind of don't mind too much either way, because that gives more character development. Then, honestly, I was talking with a friend of mine who had, I was talking with Albion, who had managed to grab the PS4 copy of the game, and because I was, like, just doing the whole, oh, I want to take this quest, I'm going to take this quest, and not just go forward with the story just yet. I actually had made my characters a little, I had actually gotten my characters a little buffed up. than they a little buffed up than they needed to be for the Grand Magic battles, which actually kind of helped me a bit. It was kind of one of those situations where it's like if you've played the Pokemon games, it's kind of like, you know how it is. You don't want to be too strong. You kind of have to find that balancing act. Like you can't be too strong and exceed the badge limit for, oh, Pokemon of this level will obey you, but you need to be strong enough to be able to take on the next gym. I mean, not that there's a level cap that your guys need to be this strong for you to be able to control them, but it was kind of like, oh, well, this was a nice little surprise. Then I'm not going to have any issues facing these guys. Or taking on the next bunch of requests. Oh, and if you guys do know Fairy Tail, they did incorporate the whole going overboard function. Basically, if there's like a tree or rock in the area and you need to actually go that direction, when you're facing an enemy, if you overpower, if you overdo it when you take them down, if you overdo it a certain amount, which is basically called overpowered, you'll blast away that rock or tree or whatever, and it'll clear the way. When Albion first told me about it, I was like, no way. But then when I started playing the game and actually did it a couple times, and also like on this one particular mission, actually on a couple mission requests, it's like you actually have to do an overpowered thing in order to clear the way, in order to get to the area that you need to finish off the request. It's like, oh my god. So yeah, I was like, it just makes so much sense that they would have to work that in for these guys. And you can also, but they do allow you. Oh, they also do allow you to unlock alternative costumes and stuff for the characters. But it's like you have to meet certain conditions, etc., etc. But I'm not gonna ruin that for you because it's like you have to find out for yourself. And it's just fun. If you're generally if you're like a big fan of the Fairy Tail game, Fairy Tail series, you're just gonna have a blast playing this. Oh, and also, if you're just like a fan of Mishima Sensei, his latest work, Eden Zero, if you haven't heard of it, I highly recommend you check it out. We do have news that it is apparently in the works for being put into production for an anime series, so we have that to look forward to. I don't know when it's going to be turned into anime. It's like, it's not anytime soon as far as I'm aware, because it's like it's not this fall. I don't think it's going to be this winter either. Maybe spring. And kind kind of like in true Mishima Sensei fashion, we get a lot of reuse character designs. I kid you not, there's a character, he reuses Urza's character look, same with Happy and Lucy. But, I mean, that's Mishima Sensei, that's his style, and it works for him. So it's like, I'm excited for that to happen. Though it also kind of makes me wonder, like, if and when they bring it over to the U.S., which me and Albion thinking that maybe Funimation will get the English rights to it, if any of the Fairy Tail cast members will be doing any of the voice work for it. But that's neither here nor there. For the Fairy Tail game, for a rating, I'd have to give it at least a 9, or 9.5, because I know since you're seeing that I'm such a big fan of the Fairy Tail series, you're probably going, oh, she's being generous, honestly, it is just that good a game, but that little bit of leeway, that little bit of not giving it a perfect 10, honestly, on one of the alternative costumes for Wendy Marvel, the Sky Dragon Slayer, they didn't take into account her pigtail, so there is a little bit of a animation flaw there. That's why I'm not giving it like that perfect 10. I haven't really played around too much with everybody else's alternative costumes. Well, for one, because some of them I'm kind of like, I can't believe they chose that as this character's alternative costume. Others I'm like, I like it, I'm just not going to change it to right now. I mean, for a while there I did have Lucy's alternative costume on, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to change it back for right now. And, but that's actually about it. I mean, like I said, if you're a fan of the Fairy Tail series, I honestly would, like I said, I highly recommend it. If you're not, and you don't know that much about Fairy Tail, don't worry, you don't have to know a lot about the series to enjoy it. It's easy to get into. Though, yes, admittedly, if you are a fan of the series, maybe understanding certain things about the characters will help you to maybe play it a little bit better. But honestly, you don't have to know the series to play it. Because they, like I said, they do keep things like really simple. So it's like, even like I said, so even if you don't know the Fairy Tail series, you can play it. And and the reason I'm only doing this first impression review now, even though the game has been out for a little while, is like, it took me a little while to pick up a copy. because apparently it was almost like this game wanted to hide. It's like, I was looking pretty much everywhere, and it's like, this game wanted to hide. It took until I finally was able to get up to a GameStop and find this game. And to be honest, I wasn't even originally going for Fairy Tail. I was going for another game that had released that day, which the game I was going for was also based on another anime, and then only to find out that because of COVID restrictions, GameStop is pretty much only doing, for new games, they're only doing pre-orders. I was like, excuse me? I mean, that is stupid, but that's neither here nor there. Hopefully I can get the other game I was wanting to get soon, and I can play it and let you guys know how that goes, because honestly I do like that game, and they are actually going to do a third season of that series this fall, so it would be kind of like a good warm-up. But that's neither here nor there. And also in regards to COVID, you guys who have family who are first responders, I hope your loved ones come home safe. First responders, I hope you guys are able to go home safely to your families without any worry about taking anything back to them. Hopefully soon this whole thing comes to an end. I know we've got vaccines and trial runs right now. Hopefully one of them turns out successful. Because I know we're all tired of this, oh, you have to be wearing masks, blah, 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 blah. And honestly, I know we're also tired of people not freaking wearing the masks and just going, oh, it's my right not to wear a mask, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, buddy, it may be your right not to wear a mask, but it's a mandated state order. You have to do it. Because, again, I know we all have seen on news channels people throwing freaking fits. But, sorry. I know went off on a little rant there, but it's like, people have been idiots about this whole situation. Because nobody took it seriously in the beginning, and now it's snowballed. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the game if you pick it up. I know I have been, and I think I'm probably gonna pull another binger like I did with Paper Mario. But then again, I promised you guys that binger on Paper Mario, but this one I'm gonna be doing on pleasure alone. Bye. Oh, before that, Albion has told me he's going to try and do some streams. He's just not sure when he's going to get up to doing those. He does have like a list of games. I know I've said that before. It's just, I'm sorry, and he's sorry. He's lazy. Plus, that room that we have set aside in his house for the streams apparently is a hot box in summer, and he's only got like a little box fan, so you have to give the boy at least some leeway there, but he is trying. Plus, like I said, he thinks he has the audio situation figured out, but we're not 100% sure until he actually gets on stream or something, so we'll see when that happens. So leave your comments down below, and hopefully we'll have another video up for you guys soon. I mean, after all, we apparently we got a few movies coming out on Disney Plus soon, so you guys might get a movie review out of us. Bye!